To another mobile edition of Crime Time with DutyRon. If you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you'll get all things DutyRon and Ed when we go live or upload another video. Today I'm doing a from the vehicle. It's going to be a short one, maybe 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. So this is going to be just a short interactive live stream. But I want your opinions and your feedback. Mrs. DutyRon's inside Marshall's doing some shopping, so she should be coming out soon. I got my security detail. I'm watching the front door, and she's going to be coming out shortly. But I wanted to quickly first say thank you to all the Patreon supporters, the channel members, and all the folks who positively engage in all of our live streams, Crime Time with DutyRon and Ed Wallace. You guys are what makes this a really great place to be, not just for us, but for you, the viewers, and all the people who come in. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lorna. Hello, Dr. Ed and Julie. Hello to Alicia B. Thank you for joining. I'm sporting my Gabby Petito Foundation hoodie. It's one of those days where it's a little chilly, but not too bad. So I got my Gabby Petito Foundation hoodie on, and I'm supporting the merch. I want to talk to you about Quinton Simon. This is the little boy that police and investigators believe that the parents, that his mom, Leilani, I always get caught up on that name, that his monster mom, according to authorities, is the prime and only suspect, and they believe that she discarded this poor little baby boy and threw him out into a specific dumpster, and he was brought to a landfill. And we didn't hear anything update-wise by the FBI or the authorities this week on it. Nothing major to report about. But, we still hold on to hope that they'll find some type of remains or some type of evidentiary evidence and collect it to come to a resolution and to come to bringing justice forward for this little boy. But what we have going on is a circus-like atmosphere, just like what we saw with Brian Laundrie outside the home, but it's getting taken to a little too far in my eyes. And, everybody's opinion, I respect it. I'm not asking for a mob mentality here. I just want to give you my perspective from a retired law enforcement professional's point of view. And I see no value in continuous night and day camping out in front of someone's home and chanting and going up and trespassing and going onto the property, which not everybody's doing, but some people are doing it. Some people have gone up and knocked on windows, flashed flashlights into people's windows. You have to take into account that there's other people that reside in those communities, elderly, children. We heard Brian Laundrie's sister and brother-in-law say that my daughter, or I think it was a daughter or son, that their child was scared inside their home. So you have to be a good human being and realize that yes, you're under the Constitution, you have the right to assemble and freedom of speech. But at what cost does that come? Do you think about elderly people who need to get sleep or that are in not good health or that are scared and in their home alone? Do you think about other people that this affects, the children, handicapped, the elderly, and so forth? And not to mention taxing the police. Now, I have not followed it closely, but I have, thank you to the ladies and a couple of my gentlemen friends, have sent me clips of the buffoonery, the jagaloonism, the craziness that has gone on night and day outside of this residence. And to me, I see no value in helping finding justice for Quentin Simon. Nothing, no justice, nothing that'll add to it. It's just bogging down the authorities and it's bogging down the community. Now, when you talk about wanting to interview potential suspects, meaning Leilani Simon or her mother, or the stepfather or grandfather or brothers or sisters, and any type of interference of interviewing potential witnesses and subjects, that is, in my mind, obstruction of justice. You are not putting the best interest of this tiny little victim at the forefront by doing something like that. So it is not the job of a civilian. It's the job of the duly sworn law enforcement professionals who are in and on that case. The lead investigator, the FBI, whoever is investigating it, those are the only people that should be speaking to potential witnesses, potential subjects or suspects, and that's it. So by somebody going and doing that, you are taking the the justice for Quinton narrative and throwing it out the window, because any conversations that are had between grandma, between the mom, between the biological father, these are all potential subjects and witnesses. Nobody should be interviewing them for their for their wants and needs, for their curiosity, because that is such a counterproductive. Listen, I could take Joe Murray, I could take Jess, the mystery maven, I can have my good friend Karen Cole from the UK, legal minded friends, and each of one of those criminal defense attorneys will tell you that we have a field day that is helping defend a potential person if and when they're charged. So this stuff just gets my blood boiling. I can't stop it, but the people that are doing it are just, I don't know if they don't care, or they're just blocking it out, or whatever the case may be. It's not in the best interest of justice. Let me say hello to a couple of friends in the chat. Kimberly, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Amelia. Always great to see you. Hi, Sylvia. I'm on my YouTube app, so I'm not using StreamYard. Follow the grain in your wood. Jeanette is here. Alicia B, I believe I saw earlier. Alicia B, good to see you. Dina, thank you for joining. Roxy, hey, how are you? I'm afraid to touch the screen. Prada, good to see you. I'm afraid to touch the screen. I can't highlight comments because I'm not using StreamYard. Let me know in the chat. Listen, Fotina, good to see you. Let me know in the chat. Am I being too critical of what I'm observing, of what I'm seeing? Am I being too critical of? It's not just in this Quinton Simon case. This happens. Look, we had the circus in Summer Wells, right? We had the buffoonery. Let me know in the chat here and down below in the comments. What do you think about this? Do you think that it's good that non-seasoned professionals, people who don't know how to interview and interrogate, to go and talk to potential witnesses and subjects? Let me know by putting a 1 in the chat if you think that that's okay. Because I listen, don't be shy, and put a number 2 in the chat if you think it's not okay. For the folks who think that that's okay, go and look at the Delphi case. Look at this Delphi case that I covered for the first time last night. The Indiana superintendent of the police 5 months ago, and back, going back 5 years, across this 5 years, almost going on 6 years, investigation with Abby and Libby to try to find the bridge guy. You know how many times I was able to, in an hour, uncover that they said, the superintendent and other authorities said, it's not a good thing. We have to stop people on social media from trying to interview witnesses or trying to badger witnesses or going out and trying to extract information from people that we need to get that information from and legally document it so it could be used against them in a court of law. But if Joe Schmo or, you know, Miss Karen goes out there and gets an interview from somebody who turns up to be a potential subject, witness, or perpetrator in a crime, a criminal defense attorney will strike whatever they say, will get it totally taken off, and they won't be able to use that in a court of law. That is the furthest thing from justice for any potential victim. The furthest thing from justice for any potential victim. And I say that with extreme conviction because that's how I feel about it. I told you that this one would be a short one, and here we are 10 minutes into this thing. I've got Mrs. DutyRon here with me. Listen, I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate um, the conversation about these cases. It's never easy to talk about and point out the wrongdoings that goes on in this case. And, you know, Ed Wallace and I, we're the first to talk about when the police do a poor investigation, right? We're the first to talk about that. If investigation or evidence is not collected the right way, example, Suzanne Morphew, Barry Morphew, her husband, he was charged with, he wasn't tried, he was charged with murder in Suzanne Morphew's disappearance. But because of shoddy evidence and shoddy prosecution and shoddy interview and interrogation skills, he's walking a free man right now. Do we want the murderer of this little baby boy, Quentin Simon, to walk free because somebody on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook wanted to be in there interviewing the family and the subjects? Is that really a good person that would do that? And if you're doing it intentionally, you're a horrible human being. If you're doing it unbeknownst and you're doing it because you're just not educated and that it's not a good thing to do it, that's why I'm creating this video. Because I want people to see this. I want people to see this and hear it. It's not a good thing. You are not helping to bring justice for this for this little boy or for anybody in that matter. Who here would like to say hello to Mrs. DutyRon?
Oh my God.
Who here, by a show of hands, put a 1 in the chat if you want to see and say hello quickly to Mrs. DutyRon, because I told you it would be only 10 minutes. We're into 12 minutes. I think at 15 minutes we'll wrap it up because we just completed some Marshall shopping. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to say hi to Mrs. DutyRon. Put a 2 if I should just leave her alone.
2.
She's begging for a 2.
2.
She's begging for number 2. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see, Mommy. 1, 1, no 2s. I don't see not 1, 2 yet.
See any ones.
Look, all those 1s. Look. Alicia B said, hello, J9. All right. No number 2s. Everybody's saying 1. I'm waiting, even just for 1 number 2.
What do you think? They're going to say number 2? Oh, come on.
All right. 1 number 2, Monica.
Yes, thank you.
Team Mrs. DutyRon. Monica comes in with a number 2.
Thank you.
She's saying thank you. Happy wife, happy life, DutyRon. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Okay, that's enough.
That's
go
enough.
Back.
Wait a minute, hold on. Remember what happened last time with this?
Well,
I gotta go slow. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I don't want to push it. I don't want to push my luck. She's camera shy. That was a lot. She, you know, I love her, and we've been together how many? 41 years, babe, and never had a fight.
It's a lie.
That's a lie. We've
At
had
least
fights.
once a day.
We have fights. We do. We have not fizz fights. We have arguments. Yeah, we agree to disagree sometimes, but we always come together.
They don't care though. So continue on.
Okay. All right. So she says to continue on. You guys don't care about that. Anyways, any good, healthy relationship, you have to have a little bit of back and forth. It's good. That's how we stayed married, going on 30, how many?
It'll be 33 in March.
Are you sure about that? 32, not 33. 1991. 91.
32. Oh, 32. What did I say?
You
33?
said
I
33.
meant,
It'll be 32 coming up. See?
I can't. I lost count.
DutyRon. DutyRon's got it. Dr. Ed here. Dr. Ed Moskowitz is here. And Julie.
Oh,
You want to say hi to them and hello?
thank you for helping.
Thank you for helping out with our little Frankie, our little boy.
You're
So,
not really little, but
well, yeah, he's our little boy. That's our baby.
yeah.
All right, good. Listen, 15 minutes. I want to end this on a high note. All right. Please, please, please stop the buffoonery out in front of the Simon grandma's house. You know, if you want to be out there during the daylight hours when, people could see, when it happens at night and you start trespassing and you start engaging with people and, playing baby sounds of babies crying, yelling and screaming and carrying on, it is just counterproductive. It does nothing to do. I'm not getting hit with a cast iron frying pan. I got permission from her. If she said no to turning it, I wouldn't have turned it. You know, everybody likes you, and everyone's sending compliments.
Thank you.
She said thank you. She doesn't even look 40. That's they're saying. She's the same age as me, by the way. Um,
Cool.
I I have a couple of months on her. I'm April. She's August. I'm an Aries. She's a Leo. So I'm going to be turning 59. Oh my God. 59 this April, and so will she in August. So we're 58. That's
Awesome.
that. All right, guys. Much love and respect. Can you guys all please give this a thumbs up? I think we got 252 thumbs up. While we're here, you got close to 700 people in the chat. Um, give this video a thumbs up. Let's raise that number. I think I see it there, 265. Let's tickle that and make it before I get done here to 300. I would greatly appreciate that. I don't often do these kind of lives in the car. um, I'm talking like this. During the course of my business week, I bring you some lives from the vehicle. I'm in Mrs. DutyRon's vehicle, but from my car, I bring it to you live on my lunch break. But I don't often do these impromptu lives. And thank you for the compliments on my wife. Yes, she is beautiful. Um, the the Thomas Valva trial. Thank you for that, Quinny. The defense, uh, the prosecution rested in Michael Valva. I'm going to be doing a follow up on it this week because the prosecution rested. Now the defense is presenting their side, and they should be wrapping up soon. When that wraps up, I will do a full overview, and we'll wait for the verdict to come down. And hopefully, that verdict in little Tommy Valva's case against, the father charged with murder second degree. That's the former NYPD transit cop. Hopefully, we'll get guilty verdicts in all of the on all of the charges against that savage beast. So, all right, guys, let's say what I usually say at the end of all of these things. Thank you. Look, man, that number went almost to 400. That is awesome. You guys, that call to action to raise the thumbs up there is so appreciated. Thank you so much to getting that number up to and close to 400 before we stop this live stream. Again, remember, support your local law enforcement, help out in these cases. Don't try to be a hindrance in these cases. You need to positively help. Listen, if you have information leading to an arrest of a subject or a suspect in a crime case, the law enforcement needs the public's help. But we don't need to be bogged down by having to have calls of service for people that are fighting with each other on a scene at someone's location or home. We don't need to be called out to the scene to separate disputes that have nothing to do with this baby's case. All those disputes have to do is with people acting like jagaloons, adults that act like children. Stop doing it. All right. I want to thank you guys for joining. Thank you for giving a thumbs up, and thank you for being a great part of Crime Time with DutyRon and Ed Wallace. As I always like to end all of these live streams, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, but especially these victims of crimes and their families. Let's send them strength, prayers, and positive vibes. On behalf of Mrs. DutyRon, she's right here, and Mr. DutyRon, thank you for watching. Have a blessed Sunday, and if it's Monday, wherever you are in the world, have a great week. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining. Peace.